Hey everyone, it's Jessica with ShortStack, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how our voting feature works, which you can use to set up any type of voting contest. Then we'll look at how to set up voting on content that you've provided or have already collected. To start, let's take a look at how to set up voting using the Entry Display widget. The function of the Entry Display widget is to display content such as images, videos, or text that have been collected in a list as entries. It works in conjunction with an entry form. In other words, the entry form collects the entry and stores them in this list. The Entry Display widget, when connected to that same list, will display those entries. Now that you have a way to collect and display entries, it's time to set up and configure voting. Start by opening the Entry Display widget. Double check that it's connected to the list of entries you would like to display. Then, indicate how many entries you'd like to display per page. Keep in mind, displaying too many entries may slow down load times on your live campaign. And whether or not you'd like to only display approved entries. This is great when moderating entries before they show up in your live campaign. Under Voting, you can add a start and end date to automate when voting will be enabled. This is also where you'll configure voting restrictions, including how many votes you'd like to allow each voter. With your Entry Display widget configured the way you like, click Save and Exit. To test what you've set up, set the entry mode to Test Entries if you don't want this entry to be visible in your live campaign. Then, submit an entry in the form you've connected to your Entry Display widget. And there it is. If you're familiar with how to set up voting in ShortStack, you'll know that an Entry Display widget can be connected to any list you've already created. But if you need to create a list of content for visitors to vote on, you'll be submitting content to an entry form. The entry form, however, won't be visible in your live campaign. To keep it hidden, set the visibility to Builder Only. Next, before you start submitting entries into this form, double-check that the Builder-Only form is connected to the same list of entries that the Entry Display widget is connected to, and that Live Entries is enabled.